My name is Louise Marie-France Soumadi, but everybody calls me Marie. I am an Australian citizen, born in Mauritius and living in Bali, Indonesia. I was married, first of all, to an Australian man, and I am now divorced and remarried to Pinjam Soumadi. Prior to buying this property, my ex-husband and I used to come to Bali on holidays very frequently. At one stage, we decided that we would like to make Bali our home and buy a property. We were introduced and met up with a lady called Kiki Desac, who is a land agent selling properties. We explained to her what we wanted, and consequently we went and had a look at quite a few properties before settling on the property from where I am now talking, in Jimbaran, opposite at the beach, very close to the beach, which is what we wanted. Kiki Desac explained to us the law of Indonesia, because coming from Australia, everything was very different. We knew nothing about the Indonesian law. She explained to us that although we were not able to own the land or the house, as it was then, under our name, we would have drawn up by a notaris some documents which would protect us and show us that we were the owner. She would have the title under her name, because this is the way the law in Indonesia was, where we could not hold land or house under our name. As you can imagine, we did a lot of research and had all the documents translated in English, and we found out that although the title was under her name, under no circumstances was she ever allowed to hold the title. The title had to reside with us at all time. Indeed, this is one of the arguments that we have been having, she and us, Desac, whereby she still holds our title and will not and has refused to give it to us. We also find out that the property was ours to dispose as whichever way we wanted. We could live in it, we could sell it, we could renovate it. Indeed, we had it renovated by her company, Kiki Desac. We had all rights as proper owners. She, on the other hand, had no right whatsoever. She was never allowed to hold the title, rent the house, sell the house, or mortgage the property at any time. It was totally against the law and against our agreement, which we all signed, all three of us, in front of somebody qualified to witness our signature. I now have all the papers in front of me. We have since found out that indeed she has not only sold another property in Legian which belongs to us, she has mortgaged this property 3 times, and up to the last mortgage being 2012 with the bank of Padma Bank, who now we believe hold our title. The property is still held as being mortgaged. We were approached by somebody in early February who in our own home, in our garden, who advised us that our property had been sold. As you can imagine, this was very upsetting and traumatized. We then approached a lawyer, Mr. Ryan, who has now agreed to represent us and to go into court, to which point we will be going. And we want to ask the court to revoke all titles, because at this stage we have found out that Kiki has been negative, has lied and has cheated and has taken our property. She has been upsetting, she has caused immense damage to our health, both of us, and to those of my children in Bali. We ask the court to revoke all Kiki Desak's right and to remove the nominee from her and to award it to somebody else. Because at this stage, there is no trust, there is only mistrust and dislike and incredible upset. We ask for all this to be revoked, all her rights to be revoked. We are also at this stage seeking compensation from her for emotional damage and sickness damage. I am now in the position of not being able to work because of the stress she directly has caused me and my children. We are seeking compensation of 850 million for damage that she has caused. Billion. 850 billion. We are seeking that from her for the damage that she has caused us emotionally and physically. I'm having to hire a solicitor and go to court and not being able to work. My husband is now sick. Neither of us can work anymore. We are seeking this. I will now let my husband explain what occurred on the 14th of February when we were approached by somebody telling us that in our property, that our property had been sold.